none of y'all better.
Let you know it's all real.
LOS.
Ain't none of y'all better. What y'all know about?
Put in my work. On the block.
Introduction to all our listeners, everybody on Stickcam, everybody on 1.FM Jams, the whole team, okay? We got a hip-hop legend in the building, veteran, over 10 years in the game, produced a lot of big records, had a lot of big records of his own, produced for a lot of major artists. My man Aguilar's in the building. What's good, Ag?
Raka.
All right.
BK in the building. Raka.
Yeah, all right.
BX.
Introduce your man to the left, Future, right?
Yeah, that's
Future, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my name is Future, bro. Been working with Aguilar Propane Campaign.
All right.
Here about to get it in for y'all, man.
You MC or you produce?
I'm an MC, I produce.
All right.
Yeah, he on the album.
I do
All right,
everything,
we're
man.
going to get into what you're going on. But I want to take a trip back down memory lane, all right? 7888 Studios in Brooklyn.
Wow.
Where a lot of joints came out of.
Right.
Shot Little Dab, Group Home, all of it.
Remember them days?
Yeah, I remember them days too.
Yeah,
Shout out. Do you know what the situation is with that? You know it got burnt down and everything.
He had a fire in there.
Yeah.
It was a few years ago. Domingo, that was his home. He put me onto that. You know?
Okay.
I was like, damn, I felt bad because that was a place. Thank you for my gum.
Yeah.
Now that was a place that that everybody recorded at.
Yeah.
And I was there with Dab. I was there with a lot of heads. It was just. I was like home.
Shout outs to Dab. Shout outs to all the
Group
brothers.
Home, all of them. You know what I
That's
mean?
where we first met.
Yeah.
We first met over there.
That was back in the days.
Yeah,
man.
that was a long time ago. That's
Yeah.
why I wanted to bring you back. Trip of memory lane.
Yeah. I mean,
All right. So
it's a history in that studio.
Yeah.
Hips
Oh.
was out of there. Salt
a lot of hits.
Herbie Lovebug did a lot of joints out of there.
All right.
It was like, it was like one of them
That's
studios.
like the Queens
where it was
D&D.
in a cut. Like it was in a cut. You wouldn't even know it's a studio. Think somebody was living in there.
Yeah.
But as soon as you walk in the door, it was straight up plaques and all that and superstars in there somewhere in the back streets of Queens. It was crazy.
Let me give everybody an idea of what it was. Everybody knows the legendary D&D Studios that produce a lot of big records came out of there.
Oh, yeah.
This was the Queens
Yeah.
D&D.
Right,
This was
right,
where
right.
all the Queens, all the Queensbridge heads,
Yup.
from Trash to Nas to CNN to Royal Flush to
Right.
Dap and Primo and
Yeah, it was-
everybody, Deranged Funk, everybody came out
Yeah,
there.
it was 78, 88
Studios.
alumni. Shout out to all y'all. If y'all listen.
Okay, all right, so let's fast forward a little, okay?
Yeah.
Well, that's the mid 90s, okay? We're going from the mid 90s. We're gonna bring it up into
Zoom.
to 2000s, all right?
Let's go back to the future.
All right, I like that. Back to the future. All right.
He's so damn energetic.
Yeah, I like that. So, the late 90s, you producing a lot of big records. Tell everybody about some of the records that you produced in the late 90s to bring you into before we get into the 2000s.
The late 90s, we'll talk about a group that I grew up on, EPMD.
Okay.
I never thought that I would be in the studio with them. But on their last two reunion albums, I got with Eric and I got with Parrish.
Yeah.
And we did that. Daz Effects, the late Big Pun. Tony Touch.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tony. On Peacemaker.
Yeah, that's family.
Basically I worked with him on that. Busta Rhymes. I did When Disaster Strikes with Bus.
Crazy.
Worked on that with him. It's a lot of joints. Group Home.
Yeah.
Onyx. You know what I'm saying? Onyx second album. We went around the world. Run DMC. It's a lot of artists. I mean, a lot of artists
that's great.
that I happen to.
It's a phenomenal career, man.
Work with. And Guru.
Yeah,
you know
shout
what I'm
outs to
saying?
Guru. Yeah.
Guru. I've been in the studio with him many times, and that's how basically got cool with Preem.
Yeah.
And it's just like a lot of things, man. A lot of other producers I respect too in the game, like Alchemist.
Yes, sir.
And Dr. Dre. I happen to be submitting stuff for Detox right now. You know what I mean?
From a producer to a producer, what did you start off? What equipment did you use and what do you use now?
Well, I'm a Reason. I use Reason.
Right.
Reason 4. And
Before
all the
that.
refills.
What did you start with?
Well, what did I start
Back in
with?
the Dizzy.
Oh, man, y'all don't want to know that. That's kind of embarrassing.
Nah, it was the years, man.
My hands.
All right.
And then the beatbox. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Then the beatboxing. You know what I'm saying? Real talk now. But on the equipment side, man, I had this little 2-sampler Casio, man, with a you know, two tape decks.
Remember
and
the
I would
4 tracks?
Make loop shapes, and I make my demo over the beat on the other recorder, and you know what I mean. You know,
I remember the 4
Puerto
tracks.
Ricans, man.
You
You
only
know,
have
Puerto
4
Ricans,
tracks.
man. You know, we do it. He was doing it, you know, PR style back then, just you know, hooding it up. You know what I mean? Making our own turntables. You know what I mean?
I got
Making
one
our own
question.
speakers and all that.
And then I'm gonna pass it to G. I got one question. All right. Talk about your early introduction to the game. I actually remember your first record. Was that the first record that you actually put out, the Ghetto Girl record?
Yes.
I actually remember
First
that was a big record.
First commercial release.
What was
I
the
ever
label
did.
on that?
That was Elektra.
Electric.
That
A
was
major,
Elektra.
and you got a major label deal. And bring us back, was that 96, 97?
That was like 9-5.
9-5, before the whole...
9-5, 9-6.
Yeah,
That was around when Big came out.
Yeah, that was like around...
Shout, you know what I mean? Shout to my dude upstairs, man. I know he watching me right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In peace,
He
Big.
told me I was the nicest Puerto Rican MC he ever heard. So,
Okay.
you know.
So, how did
At the
that
end of the
record
day-
do for you? Like, as far as it put you out there internationally, I actually remember the video. I remember it was a big record.
Yeah,
How
the
was that
record-
situation?
The record was, you know, I was with Onyx at the time,
Okay.
and basically, you know, they needed something to market. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They wanted me to be the, you know, pretty boy
Yeah.
from the hood.
And I heard you didn't like. That's what I'm asking, because I heard you didn't like the direction.
I didn't want to go that route,
Yeah.
but you know, at the end of the day,
You
I
were young,
understood-
too.
I understood that, you know, for these labels, you know, you got to give them something to market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was ripping all underground. I mean, I've ripped every underground spot and stage back then with great cats. I mean, from
Yeah.
Lyricist Lounge days. I mean, you know, you can even ask them dudes that, you know, throwing them events back then that I ripped. They
Yeah.
like, yo,
Shout out to Danny Castro.
yeah. Yo, Danny will tell you, man, he got footage
Yeah.
of me murdering, just bodying everything. You feel me?
Yeah.
And you know, it's like those days, you know, those are my learning stages, and
Yeah.
I feel like hip hop was still young,
Yeah.
not as it now, because it's changed now to the South, and you know, basically it's a whole new thing. But at the end of the day, then we was just really
Finding your
learning.
identity,
Yeah, I was
identity.
finding myself, but still had that raw talent.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, when I made that record, Ghetto Girl, it was something I did by mistake that I had to wind up accepting. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, all right, I made this joint. It's hot, but then again, I know I got more, you know, for the world. You know what I mean? For them to see. So it's like, all right, I have to roll with them. you know?
Okay, well, I want you to
Crazy.
introduce this record, and then we're going to come back for a second segment.
Oh, yeah.
Lady's going to host. The name of the record, what's the first record we launching off with, D? Movie? What?
Movie Star.
Movie Star. Introduce this
Yeah,
record.
yeah,
Ag.
this is Movie Star off the album Red Velvet. You know what I mean? Go get that, man. That's
Go get that.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
hottest
that's
album coming out.
that's jumping out at you the end of this May. You heard?
I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Yeah, Ag. This is this is a segment. This is our favorite therapeutic part of the show.
Love
This is like Dr. Phil meets RS Radio, and you get to go in on anything that you want to address, whether it's industry, everyday life. Just like my man D-Dot said, tell him why you mad. So you get to pick one or two things that you've been wanting to get off your chest. Go in, man.
Wow.
Anything you want to talk about there. Like, we got to let our guests get
The
therapeutic.
haters.
The haters?
The haters. I love you. I really love you guys.
Elaborate.
I love you so much that I want you to understand how my heart feels right now for you guys all of the time. Every woman that ever left me.
Oh my God.
Every woman that ever left
What
me.
makes us better?
Every woman that ever got mad because I was hustling on the grind.
I hear
Just
you.
to get this
There
paper.
you go.
Yeah. man.
Anybody that ever thought that I was selfish, anybody ever thought that I was, you know, inconsiderate, or, you know, didn't have a sense of human value, you know, to life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anybody that ever thought that I ain't careful, Ag loves you.
There goes
Ag
D-Dub.
loves
you.
D-Dub is going to go into reiterate on that.
You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's a beautiful moment in life right now, and y'all just need to understand that I can't vent on the haters because I need them to keep hating. I won't be hot if you
Yeah.
guys don't
Yo,
hate.
then that means you're doing something wrong.
I'm not hot.
That's right.